story of the beginning of the liberation of Greece opens with British destroyers operating in the Aegean. They are part of a force ordered to intercept and destroy enemy shipping trying to evacuate German troops from Crete and the Aegean Islands. As you'd expect, they sent many ships to the bottom. The story then moves to the island of Cythera, which is 8 miles south of the most southerly tip of Greece. This small island, only about 20 miles long by 12 wide, had already been evacuated by the Hun. Glad as the people were to see them go, they were now doubly reassured, for Cythera has many British traditions. From 1815 to 1864, it was a British protectorate. Some old guns and a fort are relics of that period. Today, the Jack flies there again, but now it flies alongside the flag of Greece. And to the many slogans written on the walls, may we add one more. The Greeks don't seem to have had a word for it. Hurrah for Cythera. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon of the 26th of September, we landed in Greece itself, in the north of the Peloponnese. Troops known as Land Forces Adriatic went ashore unopposed. They consisted, to a large extent, of men of the RAF regiment, though we mustn't forget the REs, who go on almost every show there is. Anyway, we can well imagine how glad the Greeks were to see them, and the Greek people at once lent a hand in getting supplies ashore. Meanwhile, the Hun, whose Balkan satellites, by reversing their allegiance, have helped to put him on the spot, the Hun was evidently trying to get out while he could. Our land forces were ashore, the RAF was also there, and once again the Greeks went to work, this time assisting in the construction of an airfield. It's worth noting, by the way, that this airfield had been partly constructed by the RAF when they operated here at the beginning of the war. Now that particular job is completed, and the Royal Air Force returns, plus airborne forces and all their modern equipment. On the night of the 3rd of October, our men entered Patras, third largest city in Greece. The Hun had beaten a very hasty retreat, and the people of Patras gave the British liberating forces a great welcome. A prominent feature of these celebrations was the triumphant procession of the mayor, Vasilio Rufos. He had been a leader of the Greek underground army, known as the National Liberation Front, and like the British forces, he now received a great ovation. From the balcony of the City Hall, the mayor hailed the Day of Freedom and thanked the British and their allies who had brought it about. Such was the beginning of the end of the brutal German occupation of Greece. May the end itself come soon.